The sun is out, so we are out.
We may make a mistake with the ladder.
1, 2, 3 to the 4 Pacific Pines Ranch, setting up the foundation. What is my life?
Like butter.
Sometimes you gotta kind of play the cards you're dealt, you know? Operation Foundation in full effect. Ooh, oh my god, so exciting. Oh my god, the finish is so bad on the one side. We know. A few years ago, we decided to quit the rat race and venture down a completely unfamiliar path in life. We sold almost all of our possessions, renovated a camper van, and toured the US looking for a piece of land to start our journey. After almost 2 years, we found our piece of paradise in the Pacific Northwest, and Pacific Pines Ranch was born. Follow along as we chase our dreams to build an off-grid shipping container home and to see our projects and adventures along the way. As we like to say on the ranch, the joy is in the journey. You guys cannot even imagine how muddy we were for the next few weeks. Like, test my sanity kind of muddy.
Babe! What are you doing?
Mud dancing. So first up, we did some measurements to see where the concrete wall is going to be.
10 foot, exact. You good? I'm kind of straight enough. Baby.
Quickly, let's measure,
We'll have to dig a little bit more.
yeah, let's measure 18 inches real quick so we see where the end of the footing. We always like to triple check anything that we measure or set up to make sure that we're as precise as we can be, and also so we don't make a mistake. Measure twice, cut once. But in this case, it's measure 100 times and keep measuring. Also, don't forget, we are beginners, so it takes us much longer to set stuff up and build stuff because we have to learn and figure it out. So there's a small spot that we have to dig in the corner, so we're just gonna take the excavator down and dig it out. So we are all good and ready to set up the form for the footing. Hello, hello, hello. The sun is out, so we are out. That's how it goes in the Pacific Northwest, in the winter in the Pacific Northwest. Especially when you do stuff outside. So, let me show you what we're doing here. So, we made a little lake right here, and now we're draining the lake. So it's sort of like when they created the Hoover Dam, but opposite. So yeah, we're just removing all this water right here. Just made a little like river for it to go and drain on the other side. And this part where Viant is pretty level, so we're just gonna work our way down and get the laser level out and just level everything, and yeah, remove any of the excess material that needs to be removed and see if we can start putting up the forms for the foundation. So that's our goal. A lot of digging ahead of us, but it's good to be outside. It's good to see the sun. So we're just gonna take advantage of that and get everything we can done.
We may made a mistake with the ladder.
All right, so lots of hours of digging later. We're nearing the end of the day, and I'll show you the progress. So from about there to about maybe like right here is level. We're always like battling the water. It just keeps coming back. And about here to about there, we still have to go. We dug it out, but we have to go and make it level. So that's what we're going to work on for the next couple hours until it's dark, basically. So hopefully we'll get everything level, and then the next thing we can do is build the form for the footing. So yeah, little by little, digging away. All right, so we're gonna call it a day. It is getting pretty late, and it will be dark soon. And yeah, so we got everything leveled out, and now it'll be ready for us to build the form for the footing. So we went through with the shovel and the laser level and just got everything nice and level right here. Few spots are a little low, but that's okay. Once it dries, we'll pack it back down with dirt. And now we brought all of the wood, our leftover wood from our foundation actually, and we will build the footing with the wood that we have. So, good way to recycle and reuse stuff that is still good. So in the next few weeks, I cross my fingers we get some dry days, because we can't, it's difficult to do stuff like that in the rain. Who knows? We should have a break next week of some cloudy days, which we can usually make that work. So time will tell, and yeah, I just cross my fingers we get some dry weather so we can move forward, because winter progress is always super slow. And it's a little discouraging, but we're hanging in there, step by step. Bald eagle, and there's another one. There's the other one, right there. We have to follow the mud path to the construction site. Instead of follow the yellow brick road, it's follow the muddy trail. Okay, so today we are going to be working on setting up the form for the concrete footing. So we have all of this wood right here that we are going to build the form with. So that's pretty much all we're going to be doing today, is just setting up the form, making sure everything is all level and all the measurements are good, and yeah, go from there.
Alright, cool. Let's just set me aside.
So right now we're marking with these stakes where the footing will be, because we are going to attach the boards over there to these stakes on the inside.
It's good. Okay. So we'll have to extend the 2-inch. Termine square.
And there's the start. Now we only have 42 more feet to go. So here we have the first couple stakes all in line with the footing. Now we're gonna go place the wood where it needs to be to make the form, to pour the concrete, and after we will add more stakes along the sides. So another step done, another step forward, little by little. One, two, three to the 4, Pacific Pines Ranch, setting up the foundation. Okay. So this is another little difficulty about living in the Pacific Northwest and trying to do stuff that depends on the weather. As you can see, or maybe you can't, but I'll tell you, it is actually raining. And today it was supposed to be 0% chance of rain, according to the weather. So I don't know how that works out in the prediction, because it is not 0% because it is raining. So we had to rush and cover the camera and the level real quick to make sure that they don't get damaged. And now we're going to figure out if we are gonna work in the rain or continue another time. So, but as you can see, we have the beginning of the footing, the form for the footing set up. So it's a good start, I guess. So all the important things are covered in plastic bags. What is my life? What can you do? All right, back at it again today. Yesterday, what was supposed to be no rain ended up being rain all day, so that kind of sucks. So we actually had to stop because we can't really use the laser level in rainy weather. So we just ended the day a little early, and here we are again. So we are going to continue laser leveling all of the form to make sure it's at the good height for when we pour the concrete. And then we are going to set up the rebar on the inside. We will have 3 pieces of rebar that go along the inside, 1 in the middle, 2 on the sides. So that shouldn't be too difficult. Just connect them all together, put them on the concrete dobies, and voila. So as you can see, it's still muddy as fuck, but not much we can do about that. So just keep at it little by little and continue. The wood is screwed to the stakes, and we use the hammer to adjust the stakes to make the form level, and then we use the laser level to verify that it was indeed level. And we just worked our way down the footing. All right, so here it is. There's the footing for the garage. So all we need to do with this is we need to lay the rebar down, and we need to mark where our vertical J-bars are gonna go that will go up and link into the ICF wall, which will be at the center of this pink line. That will go all the way up and be at this level, and then the 2 last containers will sit on top of some I-beams. So that's the setup for the garage. I'm sure I've said that like 400 times by now, so yeah, tomorrow we are going to go and cut all the rebar, bend the J-bars, make sure everything's the good size, and come and put them down here in the footing and move on to the next step, which will hopefully be pouring concrete, but we have a little bit to go until then, so.
These two.
Ah, maybe foot. Let's do 6 feet.
Remind me when you start this build.
Like butter.
This is all number 5 rebar, so it's pretty difficult to cut and bend.
So just to get there.
Whoa! Holy. You okay?
What broke?
Holy shit, you broke it.
Holy fuck, I put some.
You okay, babe?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, this one is KO'd. Didn't bend at all. It just sheared off. And now you guys are gonna see why Viant is usually the one that does the rebar bending. Another one. I don't know.
I mean, I've been all of them the same way, you know?
I know.
And they are the new one, they are not the old one.
I know. Sketchy. I wonder if that's from the same piece, you know?
Oh.
What the fuck?
Something is wrong.
Damn it.
Like, regarde les brakes. What the fuck? They brake like butter. This is not normal. I mean, this is...
No more filming. As you can see, we rode the struggle bus pretty hard that day. So basically we had to exchange the rebar that was faulty. I have never seen that happen before with rebar, and we've bent a lot of rebar for our foundation. If you've had anything like that happen to you or know of anything about that, go ahead and drop a comment below and let us know what you think that's all about. So we got the first couple pieces of rebar down in the footing and tied to the concrete dobies. So now what we're gonna work on is tying a piece of rebar to these pieces of rebar to compensate for this gap right here. So they need to overlap pretty far on each side. I think we need to cut about a 6-foot piece to do that. So we're gonna bust out the rebar cutter slash bender and snap off a few pieces and then tie them together and then work on the last couple pieces that will go in the footing, and then the rebar will be done, and then we'll work on the J-bars. So moving along. Beautiful day out on the ranch. As you can hear, the birds are chirping and spring has sprung, apparently. When the sun comes out, everybody comes out. The people, the animals, everyone. Out of our rain hibernation. Anyways, so today on the ranch, we might be pouring concrete. I don't know, we'll see. We called the concrete place and they're gonna see if they can squeeze us in. We have today and tomorrow that is nice weather. And then after that, we probably have like another big stretch of rain. So cross my fingers we can get it done today or tomorrow and move on to the next step. So got the footing all laid out, the form for the footing at least. I'll take you guys down and show you what it looks like. So these green markers right there are where we have to put a vertical J-bar. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stab them in the concrete once it kind of sets a little bit. They are all over there hanging on this pallet table that we built. So that's what those markers are for. So we have, I think, 28 of them. Yeah, it's a little muddy, but we're gonna try to evacuate the little bit of water that's left, and it should be okay. It's pretty hard where the where we dug out for the concrete to be poured, so I'm not too worried about it. It's not like the most ideal situation, but sometimes you gotta kind of play the cards you're dealt, you know? So we're just gonna go run around, do all the last finishing touches, and yeah, hopefully by the end of today or tomorrow we will have a concrete footing and be able to move on to the ICF wall, which is really exciting. Big step forward. So here we go. Yeah. So good to know after about 2 years of chilling in the container and storage, the concrete vibrator still works. So that's good because we're gonna need it today. So good news. So we're getting everything situated. Here's the J-bars. Got some water for the trowels and stuff over there. Got the little tools that we have to do the finish. We only need to do the finish really on one side because it will be flush with the slab that will be here, so you'll see it from the garage, but the other side no. So I think we still will finish it a little bit, but I don't know, we'll see, just to get some practice in, because why not? We don't really have a lot of experience finishing concrete, so it'd be cool to practice on a part of the foundation that we won't see, so if we make a mistake, or yeah, just to get some experience. It's good to get experience in doing that because yeah, I'm sure we'll need it for when we do the slab. So now we're gonna do the last finishing touches and set everything up and wait for the concrete guy to call us back to see when they are coming. Ooh, oh my god, so exciting. Oh. How do you feel? Operation Foundation in full effect. Concrete truck is on the way. A little bit stressful getting everything situated, but that's kind of how it goes when you do concrete. It's just like everything's sort of in a rush because time is the biggest factor. Anyways, so we're just making sure everything's good and doing the last things that we need to do, and yeah, I'll be here soon and we will pour the concrete. It's always a little stressful, but I think everything will be fine. So here we go. I am not gonna lie, you guys, this was really stressful for Viant and I. It was just a lot going on all at once, and as you guys know, we are beginners at doing concrete, so we did the best that we could. Huge shout out to Mr. T, who came and helped us and guided us through all of it. Wouldn't have been able to do it without him. So we got the footing all poured. Super stressful. Concrete is always stressful. But everything went well. And now we're just working on the finishing work and yeah. So, last finishing touches for it.
Yeah, and I thought we got that, but there again, it needs to get a little harder. Roll forward again, and we'll just keep on going to a new spot.
Oh wow, that's crazy stuff. Fuck, still some job, thank you, Tony.
It's done. Glad to see it done.
Let's who cares about the I'm probably like kind of good on the 18. We'll figure it out. Worst case after.
I got that. I don't know how to work on the base.
Day after we poured the footing, so everything's looking good. Now today what we're gonna do is work on removing the forms and yeah, check it out. It's still a little bit like it hasn't cured all the way. It's a little wet to the touch. I'll show you what I mean. So you can see a little bit like that. But overall, I still think everything is good. And yeah. So here it is. Really happy we got this stuff done. So now we're just gonna go around, remove all the stakes, all the pieces of wood that we used for the form and everything, and try not to get too muddy. Which is proving to be pretty hard. Also, I just want to mention the reason why only this side of the footing is finished and this side is just kind of like flat but rough is because this side will eventually be backfilled against the ICF wall that we're building, and this side will show in the garage. It'll be flush with the slab that we do across the this area, this large area here. So yeah, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but yeah, we did our best to finish this side. The ICF block will sit like about here. So all where the rebar is you won't see, and then everything that way you won't see because it'll be backfilled. So it's just a little bit of background information. So you guys don't kill me in the comments like, oh my god, the finish is so bad on the one side. We know. But it's for a reason. It was really challenging to remove these stakes, so eventually we had to get the excavator to remove them because they were so far pounded into the ground that we couldn't pull them up ourselves. But the excavator worked great for that. And here it is, the final reveal of the footing. Super happy with how it came out. And now we're pretty much ready to start the next step. Coming up next on Pacific Pines Ranch. Well, that's fun. We just broke our rebar bender. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of your likes, shares, and comments. Be sure to subscribe to keep up with our projects and adventures on the ranch, and see you in the next video. Okay, bye.